on what things you focus the most during judging a battle, you know? And generally, what do you think about the new judging system which is created by Dizzy, the hour system, you know?
Yeah.
Could you say a few words about it, because it's quite interesting?
Dizzy has made and is continuing to make a great effort in an idea and concept that he's putting together and sharing it with the world. He has good opportunities with a magnificent event, R16, to showcase his idea, and it's something that he believes in, and a lot of people do, and I happen to like. But at the end of the day, when I actually did it, it was a little confusing. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for some people to get used to. I know for me, it's going to take some getting used to, because it's a drastic change. And with all respect due to Dizzy, I love his effort. Now I'm changing, really being on top of something, to being back and forth with an electronic device. And it's going to take some getting used to. And I told him that. I said, I actually didn't really know who won. And I'm used to having an idea. Well, I saw the whole thing. Sometimes it gets tricky, but this is the future, and we have to, technology is the future. We have to really accept that, you know, we can utilize some of these things to make things better. You know, it's early in the game, and what he's doing is what has to be done for people to tweak it, to say, well, this works, this doesn't work. And I think it's a great idea. I think he should continue. Me, I don't look for anything when I judge. I have an open mind, and I don't know who's going to bring what. What I do like to see is people that are hungry, people that want it, people that are confident, that know that you're not going to take it from them. And I like the consistency about that. If I can see a dancer that maintains that, I want it more than you do. I'm going to break your whole, you know, concept of thinking you can do it and fight, and don't decline in that fight. I like this energy. It's not about styles. It's about this guy wants it more, this girl wants it more.
We know that our culture have to find the golden middle point, you know, in progress. The harmony and balance between being professional and give, you know, us money, and be pure and raw. How to, you know, have that golden point in that progress. You know what I mean, Kenny?
You know, all I can relate to is when I was a little kid. I'm a person that's an older adult in an environment with 12 to 26-year-old people. Maybe 35-year-old, you know, because breakers are getting, you don't, it's not how old you are, you know. There's a lot of good breakers in their 30s, even 40s. But pure and raw is an internal thing that comes from an individual at any given time. It's not about oldest, pure, newest. Pure and raw is just being yourself. Everything has an agenda, you know. I woke up today, I want to go to this party and I want to show everybody how good I am. And I want to do it where everybody's doing it. I don't want to get on the stage. Fine. I want to wake up today, I'm going to go to that contest and I'm going to take everybody out. That's my agenda. So pure and raw can be both. It's a pure and raw thought. I want to beat people in this contest. Culturally, traditionally, there's always been contests. There's always been. Since high school and junior high school, there's dance contests. Maybe not too much breaking, but there's been dancing in New York City and all around the world. Come on, dancing is not new. So it's a hard kind of question to really confront, because I don't know how young people feel today. I know how I felt when I was young. So young people today, you can have a person that says, I want to go and do 10 moves, and I think if I do 10 moves and I work on them all month, I can win this competition. And you got a guy saying, if I go to the circle, I better have more than 10 moves, because in the circle you can't run. So I mean, I hope I kind of answered that correctly, but it's, you know, competition has an agenda, and the circle has an agenda.
Can you, because for me it's obvious, you know, foundation and foundation moves, but I think that some people should know real knowledge from you about this foundation and foundation move. What is the difference, and generally just describe these two terms, you know what I mean?
Well, New York is a big city, and breaking, of course, has roots from the Bronx. I'm not going to try to contest that because I wasn't there in the early 70s. I don't know when breaking started. I'm still trying to figure that out. I started in 78, okay? So it's a big city with a lot of people. A lot of people have a lot of opinions and perspectives and realities. Certain neighborhood, they might call something a donkey. Certain neighborhood, they might call it a bronco. It's all regional, and depending on where you were from. When we started, we didn't say foundation move because it was still being created. I was very young. We were adding to the puzzle. But a fundamental move is an old move from the early history. It's a move like a sweep or a chair freeze, and these are the moves that kind of help bring the dance to where it is today. And there's a time period for fundamentals. So, foundation is not about moves, of course, but I think to be a b-boy, you have to have all of that fundamental mentality. You have the fundamental foundation is a mentality, and it's physical. It's a mind state, and it's physical. It's moves, and it's mentality. This is only when it's foundation, because moves are not art. The person behind the move is the art. What the person does to the move makes it art. Style defeats technique in all aspects of hip-hop culture, so style is always going to be first. I remember battling people with my, doing a freeze in my face. Everything made sense. It wasn't about too much of the move. It was the person was number one, the move was second. This was because it was a young dance. So fundamentally, we can say there's old moves, but here's my comment. 20 years from now, the air flare is going to be an old school move. So think about that. Somebody 20 years from now says, yo, do you know your foundation? Let me see a flare. Everything gets old. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how people comprehend that. I think that in the b-boying game and b-girling game now, it's about being versatile. It doesn't make you any stronger or weaker. It doesn't make you any weaker to know more. The more you know, the older you can go back and execute and incorporating that in your vocabulary as a dancer is essential in a circle. You want more. I survived in the circle because I had more. I had so many moves that I was able, and I used everything, little things, big things. But don't limit yourself to just saying, right now it's about doing the one-hand freeze holding my foot. Right now it's about mastering the elbow air track. Do it all. Go old to new. Start your circle out in 79 and bring it to 2011, 2 hours later. Why not?
Thank you very much, Ken Swift. It was.
I hope I answered that for you on the last question.
Yeah, for me it was really satisfied. Okay. I am really, really thankful for.
Oh man, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me. I hope the project works well.
Maybe you wanna say something, the last words from you. If I didn't ask you about something and you would like to tell us, about your ideas or something.
I think you should learn an instrument. Learn how to DJ and learn an instrument. I didn't go do that, but that happened to me. I learned how to play drums and I learned how to DJ when I was 12 years old, and it helped me. And secondly, be yourself. Just be yourself, man. You can't be nobody but yourself, man. Let that shine through. Be inspired. If you want to act like somebody, it's cool, but learn that you have to let yourself come out. That's it.
Thank you. That was the legend, Ken Swift.